What's everybody up to this afternoon? I'm getting ready to paint a Cubs baseball logo on a baseball. I've just got a round wooden square here. It's cut from 1/4 inch plywood. I get the question all the time, what kind of wood do I use? I like to buy the, it's called Revolution Ply at Lowe's. It's actually a type of underlayment, if you know anything about wood and stuff like that. So that's the kind of wood that I use, and it's a 1/4 inch thick, so it's really nice and light. I've already painted this solid white, and I went ahead and kind of drew out, let me see if you can see, I've got stitches, baseball stitches up here, and then I've got a really big circle for the outer circle, which I traced on with a pizza pan, and then a smaller inner circle, which I used a salad bowl for. Hi, Sarah. And then I printed out my Cubs logo like this, and it's gonna go right in the middle of those two circles. So let's get started. I think I'm gonna start by painting my outer circle. Hang on, I wrote down notes. It's gotta be blue. That way it actually looks like the logo. Hi, Nina. Hi, Lisa. Did you guys get my broadcast that I was going live? If anybody wants to sign up for the broadcast so that you know when I'm going live, just send me a message through Facebook and it will automatically enroll you to get notifications. And if you don't want to get the notifications anymore, just reply with stop. So I'm just starting with this cobalt blue, and I'm going to paint this outer circle. We're just going to make a big blue circle. That's kind of part of the Cubs logo. I'm not a baseball fan, so hopefully I'm doing this the right colors and everything, but this kind of looked like it matched the blue that was on the internet. So, hello, Sharon. Good, you did get the notification, Sarah. It's really quiet in the house right now. My oldest son has gone to spend the night with his grandma. And
no, Nana.
Yeah, but it's also his grandma. And so I've got Brett here, which is the middle child, and then Charlie is still napping. She's had some allergies, so I gave her some Benadryl, so hopefully she's going to take a nice long nap this afternoon. Lisa, how lovely your earrings. Oh, thank you. They're actually kind of like a gold and teal, like, I don't know, print. I got them on Jane.com. They're those leather, they're kind of like the leather earrings that you see from Nickel and Suede, but this was a different company. But I have fallen in love with this type of earring because they're big and dangly without being heavy at all. Like, I forget that I have them on, they're so light. What? Can you what? He wants us to show you his elf, Ziggy. Okay, hang on, he's right up here. See him up there? He's sitting on top of the window. Yep, you better watch out or he'll tell Santa if you're not being good. Okay, what's everybody doing this afternoon?
Well, I don't see any comments.
You don't see any comments? Well, they might just be watching. We're just painting a blue circle right now, and then we'll do the fun part, doing the logo. If you needed to print this logo out really big, you could just go to Google, save the logo, and then go to blockposters.com and enlarge it there. I've started using that anytime I need to print something out larger than just one sheet of paper. It enlarges it for you and prints it on multiple sheets, and then you just tape them together. That's how I've been doing my templates as well. It's really handy. This one, though, I just enlarged it a little bit so that the circles were going off the page and the logo still fit on the page, so I only had to do one sheet. Let's see, Lisa. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Lisa says I have a handsome helper. Oh, no.
Thank you.
Lisa Tucker's in bed with flu. That's no fun. Sarah says, hey, little man. Hope you're having a good Saturday.
I am.
He's been having fun playing on my new iPad Pro. He thinks the drawing and the art stuff is really cool. Of course, my kids are pretty artistic too, so they really enjoy anything like that. And they've been watching me play on it for the last couple of days, so he was itching to play on it himself. It's been pretty neat. I'm hoping that eventually when I get used to it and learn how to use it, I can use it to kind of create some new like hand-lettered stencils and stuff like that. So I think that'll be really fun, and maybe even some t-shirt designs or something. I think that would be really neat. So we'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna go over this in a couple places where the paint looks a little light. It may still require another coat later because you can still see kind of some of the white shining through, but we've just got a blue circle for right now. Okay, I'm gonna let while that blue circle's drying, I'm going to go ahead and yeah, yours is a Kindle. He doesn't have an iPad, he's got a Kindle.
Yeah, I'm playing Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft.
Okay.
Everything in this house is about Minecraft, in case you didn't know.
Minecraft.
Okay, I'm just gonna take some black and do the line. Let me turn I have to get it going in the right direction to be able to do this line. But it's kind of the line that the stitches follow. You can do it red if you want. It also looks good if the line is black and if the line is black and the stitches are red. Barbie, how big do you make the block poster enlargements? In other words, it defaults to 3 pages wide. Do you do that or 2? Barbie, it really just kind of depends on what you're printing and what the measurements of it are. You know, I don't know. I haven't played with it a whole lot, but I do know you can change how many pages wide you want it to be. If when you put it on 2 pages wide or 3 pages wide, if it seems like it's too big or not the right measurement, maybe take it over to some sort of paint program in your computer and like shrink it down just a little bit so that it's got more white edge. Or, now that I just think about it, on the block poster website, Barbie, have you noticed how it has, it'll allow you to add a border? You might could add like a 1 or 2 inch border to make the size of the design a little smaller or a little bigger, depending upon how big you actually want it to print out. So try that. Okay, we've got our black lines for our stitches. And now we're gonna add some red, and then we'll do the logo on the middle. I just wanted to give this blue time to dry. I'm just using the bright red. And from what I understand, the baseball stitches are supposed to go in opposite directions. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the way everybody does them on the door hangers. So maybe that's the way a real baseball does. I'm not quite sure. I just realized I wasn't even on camera, sorry. So I'm just adding stitches, going this way. Kind of like little V shapes. They don't want to see Minecraft. As soon as he heard I was doing a video today, he wanted to be involved. So these stitches are going the opposite direction.
Ooh, I'm gonna grab a cookie.
There we go. So we got stitches going each direction. Now, okay, I've showed you guys this technique before where you do a graphite transfer. You just print out something on your computer. You can do this for hand lettering. You can do this for logos or anything like that. So you just print it out. You cover the back in pencil lead with just a regular pencil or a graphite stick if you have one of those. You can also buy tracing paper. Hey, will you go get me some scissors? You can also buy tracing paper at like Hobby Lobby, and I think you can actually print on that. And that way you wouldn't have to mess with putting pencil on the back. But if you're cheap like me and you don't want to have to spend any extra money, just print it on regular copy paper and put pencil lead on the back. Honey, scissors. They're in the drawer with the silverware. We have like 3 pairs of scissors in our kitchen. Does anybody else do that? We have scissors everywhere in our kitchen. Maybe because we have kids and they're always trying to cut open like bags of chips or popsicles or whatever. Quit, you're gonna cut yourself. But everybody always needs scissors. So we keep these cheapo scissors from the Dollar Tree on hand. All right, I'm just gonna cut the excess off of this because I don't want it getting in my blue paint. That way I've only got this middle part that says Cubs.
Do you want me to change my mask?
I don't care, baby.
Which one?
Doesn't matter. Okay, so now we've got Cubs. Nina, you have scissors everywhere in the house. I know, almost every single, actually my bathrooms have scissors too, just in case we need to trim somebody's bangs or something. Okay, so I've got this laying right in the middle. And after you've got your pencil lead on the back, just lay it down, make sure it's straight, and use a ballpoint pen and just trace the outer part of your design. I've used this technique before in a couple of videos. I used it on the candy corn to show you how to do the lettering for trick or treat. And I've also used it, I did like a do not disturb sign one time and used it for that. So anytime you're not comfortable with your lettering, You could do this, or anytime you want a logo to look exactly right, you can use this. You can also use this for like UK Wildcats logo, pretty much anything really.
Try and guess what that is.
Honey, I'm doing a video. I don't want to look at Minecraft. It looks like a gold nugget. Lisa, your sister has to see this. They're huge Cub fans. Oh yeah, and this one's pretty easy logo to paint because it's just letters and they're, you know, pretty nice and fat. So it's not like you've got tight little areas that you have to stay inside the lines. This is one of the easiest logos to do. I used this technique not long ago when I did that door hanger that said "Crazy Corvette people live here." I wanted to use the Corvette logo and do the letters exactly like the word Corvette, you know, is on the car. So I printed out the Corvette logo and did that. Oh, I also used this technique. Did you guys, for those of you who followed me for a long time, you might remember last Christmas I did a couple of door hangers that had like Superman and Green Lantern and different superheroes like Deadpool and all that on the door hanger. And so I used this technique to copy the shapes of their bodies, and then it was pretty much just paint by number. Okay, so can you see the logo there? It transferred all the pencil lead from the back of the paper to the door hanger. So now we just got to paint inside the lines, and this whole thing is red on the inside. So I'm going to get a skinnier brush to do the outlining and then use a thicker brush to do the edges. And this shouldn't take very long at all.
Yeah.
I'm still using the bright red. It normally takes several coats of this to cover pretty good, but since the whole door hanger is already painted white, we shouldn't have any problems.
Okay. Nope. Let's see if I can like it. No. Gonna have to put one of these on the wall.
Mm-hmm. On things like this, it's almost easier to use a skinny brush to do the outline and then use a wider brush to just fill in the middles. If I used the skinnier brush to fill in the middle, it would leave lots of brush strokes, and I don't want that. I want it to be nice and smooth, so that's why I'm going to use a wider brush for the inner parts of the letter. If you know someone who's a Cubs fan and would like to replicate this tutorial or replicate this project, feel free to share and tag them. Lisa, are you holding your hand up off the board? Not really. Well, I mean, I kind of am, but see, I've kind of got my pinky finger there kind of as a stabilizer, and my pinky, like the knuckle of my pinky finger is pushing down on the board to kind of stabilize my hand because I can't hover and paint. Like, I've tried that and it always comes out wobbly. So I always use like the knuckle of my pinky finger to kind of stabilize my hand. Are you laughing because I'm saying pinky finger? Sounds funny, doesn't it?
Cool. That should work.
I gotta get some more red. Has everybody got their Christmas shopping done? I went the other day and got most of the rest of mine finished. I only have like one other person I still have to buy for.
I don't see any comments.
Well, they're thinking about it, I guess. All right, so we've got everything outlined. Just need to fill it in. So I'm going to switch brushes, and I'm going to get this one, which is like, says it's 5/8 of an inch wide, and it's a flat tipped brush. These are good for like putting on a thick wash of paint if you need to cover a bigger area, and it leaves less brush strokes.
Okay, I'm gonna see if there's such thing as a TNT portal.
Okay.
Nope.
Be quiet, babe. if you're noticing you're getting lots of brush strokes or your strokes aren't looking even, try doing longer strokes and just go over the same area several times to get that to sort of smooth out. Teresa, you have to finish shopping for your 17-year-old. No, I know. I've had so much trouble shopping for my boys this year. I don't know why. I feel like it's probably partly because my oldest is getting to where he doesn't like to play with toys as much anymore. And Brett here likes to play with his brother. And if his brother doesn't like to do it, he doesn't usually like to do it. So it's getting harder every year to buy for them. Now my 2.5-year-old Charlie, the little girl, she has been so easy to buy for because everything I pick up, I'm like, oh, she would love this. She's easy to please right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, her favorite thing is to carry around a little stuffed animal like a kitty cat or something like that. And she just packs it around all day long and talks to it and pretends to feed it. And she's got a very nurturing nature.
Yes.
Maybe she'll be a good mama or babysitter someday.
Or a nurse.
Or a nurse, yep. Nurses are good at nurturing. Okay, so we've got our Cubs logo on there. Now, if you want to spice it up a little bit, you can add some white accents and highlights and stuff like that to the logo, even though the logo itself doesn't normally have those things. It would just add some dimension to the logo. So I'm going to put another quick little pass of red paint on here in some of these places that look kind of thin, and then we'll do that. Missed a comment. Where do you get your paint from? You can only find 2-ounce bottles. Our Walmart has these larger bottles, but it's only in select colors, like 10 or 12 colors that you can get these larger bottles in. But they're like on the very bottom shelf in the craft department at Walmart, underneath all of the other little bitty 2-ounce bottles. Yes, I prefer these larger bottles, but the funny thing is these have 8 ounces, right? And if you do the math, these 8-ounce bottles are $2.50. The little bitty 2-ounce bottles are only 50 cents. So 4 2-ounce bottles are $2, which adds up to 8 ounces. An 8-ounce bottle is $2.50. So I'm actually paying 50 cents more for the larger bottle than if I had bought 4 small bottles. But I do it just because I don't like keeping up with all those little bitty bottles. I like the larger bottles when it comes to carrying my paint to paint parties and things like that. So, okay, we're getting the second coat on here, and then we're going to add some highlights. There we go. And this blue is a little thin in places, so let me touch it up real quick.
I blew up.
You blew up?
No, I went up. Oh, let's do something. Yeah.
There we go. That's better. Okay, now for highlights, I'm going to switch to this brush. It's a round brush. It says it's a size 6, and it's going to hold lots of paint. It's nice and thick. And I'm just going to get some white. Wet my brush. Dip it in the white, and I'm just going to do like some little accents on the letters. And I'm doing it kind of on the top and left-handed side of the letters, so it looks like the light's bouncing off that side. And then I'm going to do some on this C. Quit.
And making funny faces in the mirror.
Make sure I dip it in the right color. Okay, there we go. So see how that adds quite a bit, doing those white highlights? It just kind of makes it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Lisa, we do Christmas in 3 cycles. Thanksgiving, Christmas with the parents on Thanksgiving. Immediate. That's cool. You get to spread it out. That sounds like fun. Okay, now I'm just going to do a great big puffy bow, probably right up here. Although I probably need to check with the client because it seems like this was for a guy. He may not want a bow. I don't know. We'll see. Did you just pick your brush? I thought I was the only one who did that. Yes, I did. Probably. I don't know. Sometimes I put it in my mouth before I even think about it, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that. But I like smoothed out the bristles Probably should have used water, but oh well. I'm the only one who touches these brushes. Yes, lick. That's what. Yes, I did. I totally put it in my mouth, and then I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, especially not on Facebook Live. But oh well. But anyways, here's the finished product, and I'll post a picture of it hanging on my door if I end up putting a bow on it, especially. So you guys have a good Saturday afternoon, and thank you for hopping on here with me for a few minutes. Will you quit? Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
We'll see you guys later. See ya. Bye.